Well, how you doing? As we're going through our readings, it's good to be with you and talk with you again. Over the last several days, we've been walking through the New Testament and specifically dealing with 2 Timothy and Titus, both pastors, Paul's letters to pastors, and some thoughts about what it means and what are the qualifications for being a pastor. But what I took out of this, and of course as we read the Psalms, we're reminded of a number of things: God's steadfast love, God's judgment on those who have abandoned Him and gone their own way and followed idols. And one other thing that He did was let us know how important it is to know what's coming down the road and to stay on task. And I think that's really key in these last few days. And actually, as I was looking ahead to tomorrow and the next day, kind of follows that same pattern. And it kind of reminded me recently of a doctor's visit and a very minor procedure done, but always enjoy when I go to the doctor or the dentist or really just about anything, even when you bring your car into the shop, when the person who's doing the work for you lays out for you very clearly what is going to happen and gives you kind of a play-by-play on what to expect. It helps me, it calms me down, and lets me know, okay, here's how we're going to play it out, and now I can get ready for it. And I get the sense that what God is doing here is giving us that very same kind of encouragement and strength, because we're promised that there are going to be difficult days ahead. I remember the song, "I Never Promised You a Rose Garden," and that's kind of what Paul is talking to Timothy about in his second letter. Is the last days are going to be filled with a lot of turmoil and struggle, and we certainly see that in our world. Zechariah talked about that same thing, but that the Savior is coming. There would be restoration following the judgment, and so we are to take heart in that, and we are to remain focused and stay on task. And I think that's really the message here for us today. At least that's what I'm taking out of it. And so as we think ahead and we're walking through these days and we look around us, whether it's just locally around us in our community or in our home and family, or whether it's globally around the world, it is easy to get distracted and discouraged and even despondent when you look at what's going on. And yet God says, it's coming, expect that, and stay on task, because you'll get through it. This is what will happen, and then this is what will happen. It's going to get difficult, many are going to turn away. Ultimately, I will come, I will judge, and then I will restore. And so when times get tough, we turn to the Lord and we trust in His promises, and that will help see us through all of the difficult days, because the day will come when we cross that threshold, when Jesus comes again, when the victory is finalized, that we will no longer have to deal with the difficult days and the distractions going on around us. And that's what we look forward to. And so for me, those are some encouraging words as I go through this day. Even as I live in Minnesota here, where the current temperature is about 2 degrees below zero, kind of gives me some hope that someday not only will things get better in the world, the temperature here may even warm up a little bit. So in the midst of it, God still is present, and God still blesses and cares for us, still provides me with all I need to stay warm, and certainly with all I need to remain faithful until He comes again. And so with that, I leave you, and we'll look forward to talking to you again.